Hello, my name is Josh Harris. I am a second year student at St Mary's University and I am studying business management and marketing. My role during this placement at Pulse Social is marketing and communications officer. I am focusing on the Bromley project, which is aiming to try and increase the number of people with disabilities to become more interested and active within sport. So today being my first day, I focused on finding suitable newspapers or magazines that are in the local area to try and spread word about this new project. Therefore, today I've been researching different local newspapers or magazines. And in order to do this, I've been doing some Google research. I've used social media to find the different ways that they spread news and they advertise in that area. On top of this, I've been doing some research into disability sports. This was pretty important for me as it helps me to gain a better understanding of what the project I'm working on is trying to do and why it is so important for this project to succeed. So in the coming weeks, something I could potentially work on, especially next week, is to develop my notes for the marketing copy. This is what I'll be sending off to the local Bromley newspapers in order to get it published, hopefully. This will enable me to move on to the next steps in my project and get it sent off and make sure that it's all completed within the time frame. So I'm really looking forward to continuing my placement within the next few weeks and continue to work with the people around me and help this project succeed through marketing. Hello, my name is Josh Harris. I am a second year student at St Mary's University. I am studying business management and marketing. My role at Pulse Social during this placement is marketing and communications officer. So today was my second day of placement with Pulse Social. I began the day by having a meeting with Joe Hawkins from Access Sport. I got to ask a few questions about the company, like what they do, what kind of role Joe has, and how the relationship between Access Sport and Pulse Social works. I found this incredibly useful as it has allowed me to understand how the two companies work together, especially towards the goal of making sport more inclusive for people with disabilities. So how they select their venues, like which areas they're going to focus on. Following up on this meeting, I read through the blog that interviewed Joe about overcoming barriers and creating inclusive opportunities for people with disabilities. And it really gave me an insight into how Access Sport are trying to make sport more inclusive. So I was comparing it between Pulse Social and Access Sport and seeing how much they align with each other. And they align quite a lot, and then that's why they're working together. For the rest of the day, I focused on completing the writing of my marketing copy to send off to the local publishers and newspapers in Bromley to get the advert out for our new club. So that was all that I can manage to do this week. So next week, I want to make sure that I complete the new task that I'll be set and make sure I complete it to a high quality that satisfies what I need to do. And yeah, so see you next week. Hello, my name is Josh Harris. I am a second year student at St Mary's University. I am studying business management and marketing, and my role at Pulse Social during this placement is marketing and communications officer. So today was my third week at Pulse Social. To start off the day, I was set a new task by Marlon to begin looking into creating a fundraising video for Club Bromley. I began this process by looking at some previous examples of fundraising videos just to try and help me get a better understanding, a more in-depth understanding of what I needed to do to complete this task successfully. Following gaining this understanding of my new task, I have started looking into actually creating the video and what I would need to put in it in order to target the local stakeholders and businesses. In order to do this, I have done some research and watched some videos about how I should go about creating an effective video that would attract the donations that we need. This is obviously extremely important for Club Bromley to get off on the right foot, make sure we have everything that we need, whether it's equipment or the venue. So this task is obviously quite important, so it's got to be done at a high quality, which is why I'm doing so much research to make sure that it's the best it can be. So going into next week, I plan to complete the script for my video and begin to piece together the audio for the video so that I can complete it and help get Club Bromley any fundraising that we need to get it off on the right foot. Hello, my name is Josh Harris. I'm a second year student at St Mary's University. I am studying business management and marketing. My role at Pulse Social is marketing and communications officer. So today was my 4th week at Pulse Social, and during this week I continued working on my task that was set to me last week of making a fundraising video for Club Bromley and then writing a sponsorship letter to send to the local businesses to try and acquire some funding. I started the day by finishing off my script for the fundraising video, which I then recorded as a voiceover. This will be the voice for the video that I am working on and will be finishing off next week, which will then be posted online. After I completed my recording, I then started working on writing up my sponsorship letter. In order to make sure this was up to standard, I watched some videos of what to include to make it an effective sponsorship letter, as it is very important for us to try and get funding from the local businesses in the area to make sure that the club has all the equipment we need and the venues are right. So next week, I will be working on creating the actual video for the fundraising, which will go alongside my voiceover. Marlon will be giving me access to Canva, which is where I will be creating and editing images that matches the sections of the voiceover. So that will be quite a tough task, but I'm looking forward to carrying on this part of my placement next week. Thank you. Hello, my name is Josh Harris. I am a second year student at St Mary's University. I am studying business management and marketing. My role at Pulse Social is marketing and communications officer. So today was my 6th week at Pulse Social. This week I was supposed to be planning and recording a podcast with Jenny. Unfortunately, this wasn't able to happen this week, so I will be proactively trying to organise another slot for in the coming weeks where I can meet with Jenny and record the podcasts for disability sports. So instead of doing the podcast, I have spent the day trying to get in contact with as many people within the higher levels of the hockey community as possible to try to find some people who would be interested in doing a podcast about how disability is being catered to within hockey and whether they think that more could be done to make it more suitable for people with disabilities. However, I have had very few replies throughout the day, and the ones who have replied have unfortunately said they are not willing to take part in the podcast. So across the next week or so, I'll be continuing to attempt to find other ways to get people to take part in like a podcast, or whether it becomes more of an interview, just asking them some questions, whether this is an in-person interview or through a shorter phone call, just so that they can answer my questions and I can get their opinions on the topic. So next week, I'm hoping to be able to continue to organise a podcast and plan more of my questions that I would ask. Whether this is from someone I know from my personal hockey club, just to try and get their opinions so that I get a better understanding of how us running hockey within our camps is a good thing for the community of hockey and for the local community in Bromley as well. Thank you. I'll see you next week. Hello, my name is Josh Harris. I am a second year student at St Mary's University. I am studying business management and marketing. My role at this placement with Pulse Social is marketing and communications officer. So this is my 7th week, I believe, working at Pulse Social. And today I was given the password and username to access the Canva Premium. And then Marlon set me my task of just starting to familiarise myself and have a bit of a play around with the different designs that I can use with the Pulse Social colours, all that will then tie back to me being able to use in my fundraising video. So I was doing that today. And then next week I'm going to try and finalise some of my designs so that they match with the voiceover. So I need to get it to match with, so I need to have some images for my Did You Know section of the video. I need to have a picture for my introduction. So I'm going to have to work on designing all these individual photos that I can then input and match with my voiceover, as it's quite important they match, just to make sure that it looks really professional and that anyone who sees it would consider putting money into the Club Bromley, just to try and make it as successful a club as possible. So that will be my main aim for next week. So thank you and see you next week. Hello, my name is Josh Harris. I am a second year student at St Mary's University. I am studying business management and marketing. My role at Pulse Social is marketing and communications officer. So I think this is my 8th week at Pulse Social. And I was picking up where I left off last week with carrying on with Canva and creating the designs for my fundraising video. So having looked at some of the designs I made last week, I started editing them and putting in some of the information in writing over the designs. So I was incorporating pictures and any stats and any information that was in the actual voiceover to match it. So I almost finished that, which I'm going to work on through the week and actually hopefully next week as well, just to try and finish off that piece. Marlon is, over this week, Marlon is looking to try and find me another podcast, as I have struggled to arrange with Jenny. So he's hopefully going to find me someone else to do a podcast with. So next week I will hopefully be continuing with my Canva to finish that off, and hopefully I will have either a podcast or an interview or someone to do that with from either a hockey background or anyone in the disability training background. So yeah, see you next week. Hello, my name is Josh Harris. I am a second year student at St Mary's University, studying business management and marketing. My role at this placement has been marketing and communications officer. So last week was my last week with Pulse Social, and the thing that I've enjoyed the most about this placement is just the different types of marketing jobs that I've been set, whether that is writing up sponsorship letters or creating my own fundraising video, which I did towards the end of the placement. Completing these tasks has given me a better understanding of what the best way to complete these projects are. So the best way to combat them, the best way to plan them, etc. And I will definitely be taking that knowledge into any future jobs with me. I think the most important skill that I've gained on this placement is how to design videos on Canva. I think that learning this skill has been very important, as if I go into any role of marketing in the future, I think it's just going to be almost a worldwide thing to be able to use Canva to design videos or design posters, etc. So it's been really useful for me to learn how to use that and get to experiment with that. But on top of that, I've learned how to create all different types of marketing ideas. So I've learned how to create a better news article to go in papers. I've learned how to set up directories and how to try and get them online. I think my plans when I graduate university would be to see where I am in terms of what industry I want to get into. But I think currently at this moment in time, I think my aim would be to get into the sports marketing industry, sort of similar to the one that the Pulse Social are in, to try and play to my strengths of what I enjoy, and just I love sports, so it would really play to my strengths. And obviously previous experiences from this placement and other work that I've done would really help me be successful in this industry. So I think that would be my aim for the future. Thank you.